And welcome to STARGEEKZ, one of the coolest shows in the region, the universe, and on.
The galaxy, Sean. You had it right there. The best show in the galaxy.
I'm just making this. I'm making it up as I go, man. Like it just. I didn't think about galaxy. My bad. One of the best shows in the galaxy. One of the best shows. Again, there's other shows out there.
There's other good shows we're friends with, and they're great shows. So
this is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Ed, and as always,
we would be honored if you would join us.
Thank you for joining us. Anybody got anything for collecting stuff? Did anybody pick up anything over the last couple of weeks?
Star Wars wise, no.
You know what I did? Did I show y'all that I painted the C-3PO head?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you showed it on the Geeks.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, you did show last week. Ed wasn't on the show last week.
No, I wasn't. Did you guys do a show last week?
Did we do a show last week? No, we did not. We just did Alien episodes 1 and 2.
So this is the weathering. I did the weathering on it. So if you can see it, it looks. It was clean before. So what I did
was very clean.
Yeah. So I weathered it all up, dirtied up a lot of the wires and stuff, and just kind of made it a little bit more, grittier. So I followed the actual pictures in the book of how it looks, and it has like this little bit of dirt right here, and it carries down to the bottom of it. It has like little small pieces of dirt and like little things hanging from the, you see hanging from the screw area and all that kind of cool stuff. So I freaked it. So I did a good job of that. Like I kind of proud of myself for that one.
Nicely done.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Now it looks like it came out of Phantom Menace.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it came out pretty good. So I did a good job. I appreciate myself for that one. But
I love that you keep telling yourself that you did a good job and that you appreciate yourself. Like seriously, like this is the best. This is why we love Sean.
I had to pat myself in the back.
I appreciate myself.
Yeah,
I did a good job.
Good job, Sean.
Yeah.
And that was it. I think I talked about the maquette statues I got, right?
Yes.
Ed, you seen them, right?
I think so.
I got the Clone Wars one too.
It's been a couple weeks, so
the Stormtrooper and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Stormtrooper. All right.
Yeah. Oh, but I got this one too, so I wasn't sure if we had talked about it. That's why I was like, I don't know if I even showed this. I can't even remember.
I'm sure we did.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I haven't got anything new lately because there's not much out. I really want.
Well, I was out of town last week. Wasn't too far from Lil down in South Florida.
I know. I'm disappointed that you didn't come up, but that's all right.
Yeah, I wasn't there for very long and dropping my daughter off for college. I did go to a really cool place, Tate's. If you didn't see it, I put together just a little video about the Star Wars section.
Yeah, I wish I would have played that.
And that's where I was saying that the buddy of mine was like, oh, it's not too far. It was roughly about 3.5 miles, and I walked there in the fantastic Florida sun, but it was worth the walk. The only thing that I really did pick up was the Darth Vader first of the trades. Oh, there I am.
I think you turn music. Oh yeah,
Star Wars section. No.
Very generic music. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah. No, that was probably one of the most impressive outside of a convention.
Right.
Like the statues they had, and there's a full-size R2. I mean, the action figures, it reminded me of a kid like going to Kitty World or Toys R Us. There were so many.
Yeah, you definitely. Again, you picked up one thing. I'm surprised. Did you see anything you might have wanted, or you just kind of like, I'm cool?
Oh, nothing that jumped out. I mean, I love the vintage stuff, and They had a pretty good vintage set right in here. I mean, I think I have most of what's in that case.
Yeah, one day you gotta show your collection.
Well, one day I need to display my collection. It's more or less in storage, but the statues were very cool.
Hello, you ever been to Tate's?
No, it's like 3.5 hours from me. So
Yeah.
Nice section, man. Models and
No.
everything.
Several rows of Star Wars. I think that
If you happen to be in the South Florida area,
they had a lot of other stuff in there, which I could have done a much larger video covering everything. But Star Wars, I think the only section that was bigger than that, which I'm guessing the folks who own it or run it, was the Gundam. There was a ton of Gundam.
Yeah.
They also had another little spin-off store, like 2 doors down, that was into the, if you're into like D&D and role playing and the little metal figurines, they had a whole store devoted to that too. So,
Oh wow.
but yeah, so I picked up that Darth Vader first episodes trade. It was really good, so I am definitely going to pick up the rest of them because the story's fantastic. So if anybody hasn't read it before, I highly recommend it. It's really good.
what is it about?
It's kind of with the Darth Vader behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure it's in the Empire Strikes Back, like after A New Hope, because part of it talks about how the Emperor's not very happy with him after the destruction of the Death Star. And there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's taking place, like that whole inner dynamic between him and the Emperor and things that go through. This is when he kind of meets and does a little side work with Dr. Aphra. So it's really good. I can't wait to pick up the rest of them.
Nice.
So, but yes, that's all I got. Usually when I travel light. Even if I'm there for 3 or 4 days, I travel with a backpack, so I really don't have room for buying anything else.
It's just Speedos and shirtless. So you're
Pretty
good to go.
much. Yep. Sun's out, guns out.
All right.
But
Well,
awesome trip. I'm definitely going to stop there when I go back to visit my daughter. So,
although you've been traveling around Disney and stuff like that, have you seen any like new stuff in the Star Wars area, or do you ever go over there?
I always wonder, and I didn't see anything particularly new the last time. It's been a few weeks since we've been to the parks.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't seen anything really new, but I'm actually going to Disney Springs tomorrow, so I'll run right into the Star Wars store and
All right.
I look forward to your text with
Check
the
it out.
pictures.
of course, I always blast you guys with picture text, waiting to see if there's anything you want.
Yeah. Well, I still want that droid thing. So
Yeah, I'm still looking. I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen it, so
I know but you know what? You know what I didn't share, and I apologize for this. A little did get me something that I talked about everything else, but this thing right here, which was a popcorn thing, and he got me the little droid version of it, which was really cool. And I forgot to talk about it, but
I know.
Yeah.
I thought you just hated it. And
no, I forgot. I had put it over here with my droids, so it was pretty cool. It's just a popcorn thing, and it pops open and put the popcorn in there and all that kind of cool stuff. I appreciate you, man. This
yeah, I
is
thought
really
it was pretty good, pretty detailed. And I was like, you could always kind of like take the little hand strap off, and
yeah, it's cool. I like it. It was dope. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for this, man.
of course.
Damn, you thought I didn't like it? My bad.
No, I'm teasing you, man. I don't.
Yeah, that's all we got. Ed, let's get into your news, buddy.
All right.
That intro is long. I never really realized it till now. Like, that is really long.
Simon Kinberg was interviewed on the Nerdopolis, And I actually watched it and I was kind of excited because they talked about a lot of things, but of course it comes up with the Star Wars trilogy that he is working on and writing. And the one thing that he said, which caught the news and caught my attention, was that he thought that Andor, there's his quote right there, I thought it was about as good a science fiction storytelling as you can do in any franchise. And he wanted to talk about the inspiration from it. So it kind of made me think that, after watching it, he may use that, just the storytelling, the way it was done and everything, in what he's going to do, which of course, if he gives us something that kind of has that level of feels like the real universe, the on set, the dialogue, the storytelling, I'm in. I'm excited if that's what he's looking at as his inspiration.
It's interesting because, I go back to the original trilogy and thinking about Andor and stuff. And it's like, you look at a lot of even secondary, third level character actors and stuff that were involved in these movies. And they were all pretty much like dramatic actors, right? It wasn't just kind of action stars or movie stars. Lucas took his base characters that were kind of no names and then tailored it around these great actors. Not just anybody. Like, they all had minor roles, minor parts, but they were all actors.
Yeah.
Peter
And I
Cushing.
think that's what like a lot of the movies nowadays are missing. And I think that's why like Andor was so good, was because if you looked at everybody that was in that, even if it was for a couple lines, even if it was for a couple scenes, what's up, Pat fam? It was done so well, and the actors were top notch. And like the lines that were, they took lines that other actors or other maybe movie stars, because I think there's a delineation between the two, right? If they would have said them the same way, wouldn't have hit as hard. And that's what I'm looking at now when I look at the scope of movies. Even when you're hearing like big dramatic dialogue scenes, like if the actor's not pulling it off, it brings that whole scene down. And I think that's what Andor did to elevate. Like, they didn't have to, even though, yes, sets were great, action, pacing, all that kind of stuff was fantastic. You felt it all. But I really think it was the acting that really differentiated from everything else.
No, I agree. And, and I haven't had a chance to really talk to you guys. I've been traveling, but I did see your episodes 1 and 2 for Alien Earth, and there's a Star Wars connection because obviously the actor who plays Nemec from Andor is also in that. But I get a similar feel as far as kind of both production level and the acting and the direction. I mean,
yeah,
be happy to join you guys on that, but it feels the same, and it's such good storytelling. It definitely, I'm hoping that this is a trend for the future. Everything.
I agree. I think that it just has to, the stories got to hit, man, and they got to hit well. And once you get to that level of your storytelling, like the Star Wars, that oh man, Star Wars is struggling. I think, like, I'm not saying it's going to change the landscape, but Andor definitely set a higher fucking bar for everything going forward.
It did.
Just a higher bar, dude. And like, if you can't set that bar, then like you're gonna definitely flow. Like, I think the difference between that and Acolyte are like two different things. The bar for Andor was so high, even in the first season, that Acolyte didn't live up to that bar of storytelling. And it sucks because Acolyte could have been a great fucking show if it just was written better, and just the publicity. There was never any negativity and like uproar about Andor season 1 or season 2, and like you didn't hear anything in the news. The only thing you heard about was a strike, And that's what was, great about that. Okay, cool. You didn't hear any, oh, this, and this, and this. We're doing this, and we don't care about this. Like, yo, you cannot bring that kind of energy into your shit. Like, you gotta come with positive energy that you're trying to sell something to the fans. And I think some people don't understand that. Like, you need people to come see your movies. You need people to watch your shows. Like, keep it positive. Like, don't uproar anybody. Don't try not to offend anybody, and you're good. Whatever your shit is on the story, and the story is good, nobody's gonna give a shit. Like, and that's facts about Andor. There was a whole thing with the two women thing. Like, there was no uproar about that shit. And like, you just got to learn how to hit right, man. And when it hit right, boom, you good.
Well, it's let your story do the talking.
Right, Lil. Thank you.
I think that's the big takeaway. But also, when you look at those
He summed it
two,
up for me really well. Again,
those two shows, again, outside of I'm gonna call him Squid Game because I thought he did a fantastic job in every scene he was in. I was very impressed with him. But outside of him, like the acting. Again, when you're delivering dramatic lines and they're not hitting, you lose all that tension that you're building up. Great action, but everything else that was supposed to be dramatic, that was supposed to be serious, that was supposed to bring you down, didn't hit, and that's what faltered that series. I really do think if that series had the acting caliber of Andor, and I'm not talking about Skarsgård, like I mean he's in his own world. As good as he is. But if you look at all the other actors that were in there, if you had that similar type here in Acolyte, I think it would have hit different. I think a lot of that noise would have gone away. Because a lot of the complaints we had were it wasn't even the writing though. A lot of the complaints we had were about the actors.
Yeah, either that or the direction. I'm not sure where.
I didn't have a problem with the actors. It was the direction of it. Like, it was.
You did. What was the character? She was in the books and stuff. The bald girl, the bald lady.
I didn't have. I never
that lied to everybody. Everybody had a problem with her every episode.
Which episode? What character are you talking about?
The Jedi Master. Yes.
I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with her at all. It was her makeup that looked like shit, and Steve definitely had a problem because he made that shit felt. So I think Steve.
I think it was her, but her line delivery wasn't great. How her characterization was not done well. Like, again, this is me hearing from all of you guys talking about this. If you go back to the tape,
I agree.
This is what So again, if that changed and that was different, again, you add things up. You look at Skeleton Crew, right? Like, Skeleton Crew had some really good acting and kid acting. You hold it on a different scale, but the kid acting was good outside of who Fernando hated. I forgot the kid.
The little kid, the main kid. I like that kid.
Whim. Thank you. But again, it's these different line deliveries, different things that you have going on around, and I think it's those secondary, third level actors and stuff that build that world. And I think that's kind of one of the things that Andor did so well. It's like, I mean, everyone brought their A game to even the minuscule of lines,
and it felt real.
It was
all believable.
It felt so Game of Thrones in that way. So that's again that's a high bar. Like you and I always felt like, yo, Game of Thrones is the bar, dog. Like, that's where you should go. HBO, if it's on HBO, the writing is so I don't know what it is about HBO. I don't know if they got like the best writing crew or something. Like, they just find whatever, but for none of their shows ever really suck. They're all written very fucking well, and I don't understand why you're not getting the same value out of other shows. And even for Disney, like, yo, you got all the money in the world, but why are you getting shitty writers? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, there's no reason Secret Wars Secret Invasion should have been that bad. There's no reason Mandalorian or even Book of Boba Fett shouldn't have been written that badly. It doesn't make any sense. This is your wheelhouse. You should bring your A game every time. And it didn't seem like they're vetting people. It's weird, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's crazy. The HBO has way less fucking money than Disney does.
No, they don't. They're Warner Brothers.
Oh, they are Warner Brothers. Shit, I forgot about that.
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
it's
right
apples to
there.
apples.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you're right.
and the thing is you're seeing a lot of these big series now come out of Apple and and all this stuff.
Too.
You talk about having money.
Yeah.
Apple's got money. Amazon's got money. Why do you think they're able to spend that kind of money on like a Lord of the Rings show? Like
Fallout,
all that stuff. Like we keep talking about like Disney has all the money in the world or Comcast or Universal, and it's like the game has changed dramatically with these other studios. I mean, Google's getting in the game. I mean, like, and now Paramount's out here trying to buy everyone. Like
they are trying to buy everything.
I mean, it's going to be it's going to be like Alien Earth, right? Where there's the big five that run everything, and that's kind of what we're getting to.
Let me ask you a question. Actually, since we're sitting there talking about this, do you think Disney will ever sell those two properties, Marvel and let's say Marvel or Star Wars?
I don't know. I mean, if I were them, I wouldn't, because they
compete,
always
you
make
need that
money, right? The IP is a very powerful thing in the industry, right? But here's the crazy part about IP, and I was learning more about this, and I have to correct myself on the Geek Show because I was talking about the Jason IP, and I got the two main stakeholders mixed up on who's doing what. But I was right, but I just had the wrong names attached. There's an IP loophole now that that's being used in writing, and it's came out in a lot of these horror films. It's why Wes Craven's estate owns a portion of A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's why there's no Nightmare on Elm Street movie coming out.
Right.
Wes Craven's estate doesn't want to do it. Robert Englund owns an apportionment of the Freddy Krueger character because of his likeness. Warner Brothers owns distribution rights internationally for A Nightmare on Elm Street. So like, it's IP is going to get so convoluted that studios are going to milk it now for as long as they can. Everything that they're picking up, that's why you see a lot of these acquisitions. It's why Paramount's buying all these things up, because eventually the IP is going to run dry. I mean, the Congress and stuff that was extending IP rights out forever.
Yeah.
You know, for this, they kept going and
those IPs are starting to end now. Like those.
And they're not allowing the extensions anymore that they used to have.
Right.
So now you're seeing rights revert, people involved getting pieces of it, unless you get big cut checks, right? Like, and there are companies that have just written a check saying, okay, you got your IP back. We would like to still use this. Here's the Brinks truck. Will this make you happy? And then it's not that the rights are there. It's just they're allowed to play in that ball game. So do I see them selling it? No, because toys and other extensions to this are popular. Cartoons.
I agree.
Music.
Yeah.
Re-releases of this media over and over again.
And just the pop culture, Disney's pop culture. So you can't, and Star Wars and Marvel are the ethos of pop culture.
Right
so
now,
you can't,
I mean, they'll come up at some
you
point.
Can't, but I mean, let's be honest. Like, I don't think they're gonna run out of gas. Star Wars will never run out of gas in the next 20 years. Like, it'll always be effective in some kind of way. So, and Marvel will always be effective
even longer. Longer, right?
Yeah, I'm just giving a ballpark.
That's
depends on how long
you continue to build, right? That's how you continue to build the IP brand to last.
Yeah.
You know, as much as we've hated on, and I know we're going to go at some point and re-review the sequel trilogies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are kids who grew up on the sequel trilogy. Kylo Ren's their Vader.
No, it's just like the prequels. It's like the prequels.
Yeah, exactly. We're living in the prequel generation now, where the prequel people have the money that are spending the money on the prequel stuff.
Yep.
You know, we're the old fogies.
Yeah.
That are like, oh, give me the original trilogy, you know, but eventually we're gonna all die off.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be that next wave. It's just like, you know, in collecting, right? Like, I have a whole stack of NES stuff, original Nintendo. But what's really popular now? GameCube, Dreamcast, all this stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s, because all those kids that got those systems first are now in their 20s, early 30s, got money, and that's what they're buying. Nobody's buying the Nintendo stuff anymore. Well, the people still are, but the Nintendo stuff is not as valued as high as it once was.
I agree.
And that's the same thing you're going to see with Star Wars, right? Like, as all of us start to fade into the existence, ether, our kids are going to sell all our stuff, and it's going to be all, it's going to be all over the place, and it's not going to be, nobody's going to care because that's not their vintage.
Yeah.
Well, to your point with the IP, just another example of it rolling forward.
Yep.
I know this is not for everybody, but I am very much looking forward to this. And the more that I got into it, the names they have doing the voice work for this one, it's insane. These are just a few. Mark Hamill, obviously, Anthony Daniels, Sam Witwer, he's reprising his role as Darth Maul. Ashley Eckstein is doing, like, from Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano. James Arnold Taylor, the Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. Billy D. Williams, you've got Alan Tudyk doing K2SO. Ahmad Best, Jar Jar. I mean, you're pulling the actual people who've done these voices all for this. For them alone, I think will make this amazing.
Well, and again, like you said, like, this will be geared to the 5 to 10-year-old audience.
And
this will be their. No. I
know.
We all enjoy it. I watch cartoons still.
No, I don't watch any of this Lego.
I know you don't like the Lego stuff, but there's still cartoons we watch.
Yeah.
But the 5 to 10-year-olds that are going to watch this as their first introduction to Star Wars, they'll go back, watch the other stuff, but then they'll fall in love with this stuff. And then 20 years from now, what they're going to do is they're going to be looking for stuff that's associated with this.
I agree.
Well, and look, just in this one image, these are actual Lego products you can purchase. I mean, it's not even just like an offshoot to where, you watch the Clone Wars and you can buy the Clone Wars as action figure. You can actually get that Ahsoka Tano set.
Yeah.
So it's another,
that is
pull it in and spread it out.
Is that big thing Ahsoka? Is that,
yes.
Yeah. There's like, they have.
That's one of the big heads.
Yeah. Those big heads.
I have not seen those. I don't go. It's sad. I don't go in the toy aisle anymore because it's like I just don't.
There are Lego stores, though.
I don't go in the Lego stores either.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You're missing out.
I don't. I can't. I cannot go down that rabbit hole. Even though there's a few things like I want the Game Boy Lego. I outside of that, man, I can't.
Zoe is forcing me to buy that Jurassic Park Lego dinosaur with the bones.
I haven't even seen that.
Oh, I'm gonna get it for her though, because I kind of want to see her build it.
Not a lot as far as collection. The Sideshow Klaatu is now available for pre-order. I believe it will be available late first quarter, early second quarter of next year. They are all the 1/6 scale, and they're looking at around 280.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I don't really collect a whole lot of things these days.
Don't collect anything.
But I have to say, these look so impressive. Every time they release one and I look at this lineup, I'm like, they're amazing. I wish that my regular action figures looked that realistic.
You can buy them still. They are available.
Well, I mean, but I was always the 3 3/4 guy, and they couldn't scale them to be that detailed. But you
can always change, Ed. You know this, right? Because you do have a couple Hot Toys, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. Thank you. And then the Medicom toy exhibition in Tokyo, and there was a ton of stuff across all kinds of different IPs. And the only thing that I saw in there that was Star Wars related was this BOOSK, and I couldn't find any more specifics as far as details on this with price point, sizing of it. I mean, it's not a bad looking action figure. It's got a lot of articulation.
Yeah, those are all prototypes right now, so you won't really. I don't think they'll have like a price range probably till like next quarter or something like that.
But good looking piece. And then I didn't pull it, but I know you found something very interesting.
I definitely found something very interesting, and I'm very excited for it. Home Depot is dropping life-size scaled R2D2. I mean, a damn. Yeah,
The Christmas R2.
Christmas and Halloween apparently. Apparently it's supposed to be Halloween too.
Really?
Yeah.
Is the same thing both?
It's supposed to be, yeah, the whole thing. It's just
Well, they did that for the other two. Like they had the Halloween and Christmas assortments. Like you could change them, like Vader holding a pumpkin or Vader, you know.
So that's what I'm
with
saying.
the-
Although you might be able to change these into like pumpkin things or something like that. I don't know, but
So then
Now you've
that
piqued my
should be
interest.
removable then. So then that R2 can sit in your foyer or whatever you have all year long, and then be out. You could make him an Easter Bunny R2, which just put some little rabbit ears on him.
dude, if they made
Make
this
him a
thing
Valentine's
seasonal-
R2, put a little heart on him.
if they made it seasonal, oh my god, that's crazy. Look at the detail on this. If I can weather this thing, I will weather the shit out of this thing.
That is what I was going to say. Is the only thing it's missing is the Sean weathering touch.
I'll totally weather this. I'm gonna put some weathering on this thing. I'm getting this motherfucker, dog. No ifs, ands, and buts. I
Try
am-
to get
If
it.
you
Assuming it doesn't sell
get
out.
it, because these
Yeah.
things sell out in 30. Because when I try to get the Stormtrooper last year,
Mhm.
like that sold out in like 50 seconds. Like
Oh, you tried to
was
get it?
on. Yeah, I did try to get it.
I didn't know you were gonna try to get it. Shit.
Yeah, it was cool as shit.
So this may be the droid you're looking for. R2D2 has navigated his way to Home Depot near you. R2 is motion censored, activated, and comes to life with lights and classic R2D2 sounds. It moves forward and back while shining a projection of Princess Leia's image. R2,
I thought
Huh?
it comes on a base. It actually moves.
yeah, R2D2 is perfect for Star Wars fans in your life and a great conversation piece in any household. With holiday accessories included, R2D2 is also perfect for any Halloween or Christmas display.
All right. I got to go reach out to some people at Home Depot and see if I'm interested now.
Yo,
Sold
when
me.
when they said the projection of Princess Leia, I'm like, shut the fuck up. A little. Don't tell me you're not scratching your hair right now. You like, yeah, I'm gonna need this.
Yeah, I do now. I mean, this one might be the one piece, especially because I know how much Jenny loves R2.
Oh,
I
Jeff
mean, Stormtrooper.
has one in box. Love if you ever want one.
Well, I was going to say, is that saying
I'll
that
reach
he's
out to
selling it?
Jeff. Yeah, I'll reach out to Jeff. He might, because he is selling a lot of his Star Wars stuff. So I'll reach out to him and ask him if you're interested, and he'll mail it to you. So, hello, what you thinking? What you thinking on this R2D2? Hello, what you thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to get him. Yeah, I wanted Art the Clown for Halloween and Christmas as well, but I mean, R2 can sit out there and it won't terrify my family.
Facts. And yo, it moves back and forth. Come on, y'all. All three of us are getting it.
See, now you've got me wondering, like, okay, how does this Princess Leia projection work? Can I change what he's projecting?
Maybe.
Like, if you can have it to where he's, especially based on the holiday, like he's projecting Jack Skellington
Or
for
B.
Halloween.
Arthur.
He said, or B. Arthur. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh shit. I forgot she was in the holiday special.
Holiday special.
special.
Could you imagine that shit? He projects the holiday special, and it's B. Arthur.
Yeah, it's not
On the app
it's
yet.
not out
It's
yet.
not out.
Yeah, Pat. Everybody's been looking, dog. Like the hunt is on. Like it's gonna get rough. Like this one's gonna get real rough.
See, this is why I hate online shopping, man. They should just have them in stores.
Yo, facts.
All of us idiots can fight over it. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. We'll
like
all-
old Black Friday. That's what I miss. I miss
Yes.
elbowing people in the face so I can get the free waffle iron. Come on, man. Like, let's go.
In line at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Bring it back. That's
If
what
they, said they
America's
released if they said they released nothing at midnight, I swear to God, every Star Wars
Everybody's
fan,
camp. Everybody's camp.
everybody's camping. You know it.
Midnight. It don't even matter what time. People will be camping out for days.
It don't matter because the line gonna be out the fucking door. The day they sell us, it's in store, and you know it's gonna be probably like 10 in store, maybe 5.
I was gonna say probably less than that. I mean, if they're 40 inches.
I'm buying that bitch right when I see it. Like, give it to me. I need it. I won't even hesitate. Past minute diving over the counter.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
Facts. Shit. So be on the hunt for your Home Depot. Make the calls like you usually do, like everybody does. Hey, did you get that R2D2 in? Let me know.
Be like, what are you talking about, sir?
Yeah, we don't have R2D2. We don't.
Who is R2D2? What is
That's
it? Is that a plumbing part? Like what? Shut up. Slap him.
Oh shit!
I get violent during Black Friday.
I know. I've seen it.
See, and that's one of those. If you're like, I might go in store and talk to the manager and be like, this thing is only $500. Here's an extra C note. Call me. Put that thing in the back room.
You got a
Set
Home
it up.
Depot? Don't you got a Home Depot like near your area?
No, it's a Lowe's.
Oh,
I love Lowe's. But right now, I'm looking for a Home Depot.
I know. And there's a bunch of Lowe's and like maybe
They're all over
Home Depots. It's like, God damn it.
Yes.
So. All right. That is it. This is we're gonna jump into our portion this week on the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back. This is our profile moment where we're gonna talk about a couple of the bounty hunters that were in the film. We're gonna talk about all of them, but let's get
I'm here just to learn because this is like learning time for them.
And there they are. This was such a fantastic scene from Empire.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
I have something to talk about all of them except Boba Fett because he is such a big character now.
Correct.
That he would deserve a character profile in and of himself. And I know some people might argue that you could really go into depth on all of them, but for the most part, it's not a ton of info, and it also gets very muddy with all of them when you go between canon and legend. Because we got a lot of information. I mean, these characters, and shoot, for those who like read a lot of the books, like the bounty hunters, I went through most of these when I was younger, and I was trying to go back and remember what I could from it. But again, this is considered legend now, so it's not as is. So one of the first of the group, and they kind of work hand in hand, is you have ZUKUSS and 4LOM now.
Correct.
And I know that this kind of goes back to the AT-AT or AT-AT. Some people refer to him as 4-LOM, but since it's kind of like C-3PO, I refer to him as 4LOM. The really interesting part with them, before even getting into the characters, was the massive confusion between the two of them back in the day. And I was a part of this because I was 8-9 years old when I was collecting these action figures with Empire Strikes Back. And when they came out on those action figure cards, the names were backwards. It wasn't until this Galaxy Guide number 3 that it made the correction and put the names how they are today. But it was one of those things to where there was a lot of confusion. And I remember it being like, well, no, wait, that's ZUKUSS and that's 4LOM. But so ZUKUSS is a Gand. He is kind of like an insectoid alien from the planet Gand. They are an ammonia-based breathers, which is why he has the breathing mask on him. And again, depending on where you're pulling your information from, he is apparently the first of his species to leave his planet. They had a whole thing to where they would become findsmen, and it was like this whole competition to kind of be the findsman. And it was finding a flower, and he actually won the competition. But where you have to retrieve this flower, it's from near the nest of a very dangerous creature, and he ends up saving his family and his clan, but in doing so loses the flower, so he loses the kind of trial and then is ostracized, and that's when he decides, all right, he's just going to go off planet and become a bounty hunter. Now, one of the interesting things is that with what he does is that they go back and forth as to whether he's force sensitive or just has kind of some innate sixth sense, which makes him a very good bounty hunter because he can kind of sense and foresee various things as they're coming about or with individuals. They used to say it was force sensitivity, but then there's another portion that talks about an interaction with the Inquisitors who are like, no, this doesn't count. So never quite sure where that falls into play, but throughout the legends and canon, Zuckuss and Forlom actually work and do a lot of things together.
Yeah, he was killed though, wasn't Zuckuss was killed, and Forlom's head was Boba Fett kept his head, if I'm not
that's in that comic square right there.
Yeah.
Yes, that was part of the Hunter Wars, where when Boba Fett had Han Solo and Carbonite, that it was a free-for-all. And they were all going at each other, and everybody was going after Fett, but he ends up coming out on top. And yes, Forlom loses his head literally. Now, he is a protocol droid that apparently there was some sort of defect or issue with his system that allowed him to override his programming and become almost a sort of sentience. And as he did, he initially went to kind of like a thief and then kind of graduated from there to like assassin / hunter. And he worked really well with Zuckuss because he has the computer and the droid logic. So he could kind of calculate what their targets were going to do. And then when you have Zuckuss, who has his kind of sixth sense ability, they worked very well together in their ability to track down targets.
It's sad we never got them. So you got a chance to see them in live action or even in the animated Clone Wars. Like we could have got something. Like you would think there would be a little connection to these characters, like a little bit going forward with this whole Lucasfilm thing. But there was no real live action connection with
that. Well, never say never, because when we get to him, remember, with all of these characters, there's a lot of similarity. When we get to The Mandalorian, we get IG-11.
True.
So these characters may, at some level, live on in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Forlom lost his head. Zuckuss was able to, through their adventures, Forlom kind of was built into something different, ends up attacking Zuckuss. Zuckuss ends up rebuilding them, and he kind of gets back to what he originally was, and he kind of restored his friend. So I'll be excited if they do reuse these characters at some point, because they have some fantastic looks to them.
Yeah.
I mean, they could just make a movie about the War of the Bounty Hunters.
They absolutely could. I mean,
that'd be dope.
That would be really fun. Dengar, he is a human from Corellia.
Han Solo's home planet.
Correct. And then again, depending on the storyline in the Legends, he was a swoop racer, which in one of those races he wrecks as a result of interaction with Han Solo. He gets some cybernetic abilities given to him through the Empire, and that is why he holds a grudge against Han Solo forever, even beyond the normal bounty that's put on Han's head.
That's cool.
He goes after him because of the accident that he blames him for when they were younger.
Oh, that's cool.
So
like you would think that'd be in Solo. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of storyline would be a little side thing going on. That'd be tough.
And then of course we did see him in the Clone Wars, because he shows up like some of these bounty hunter do in various pieces of it, and he didn't have a whole lot going on in there. But
hello, Stephen.
Hello there.
Long time no see, fellas. Hello.
Yes, indeed.
Nice you could join us, my friend.
Sorry for my targets.
We're talking about bounty hunters.
Continue on.
I love real quick, go back. I love Dengar's look, like that, just the whole face and scratched up with a little bandage on it. It's weird how again, if you go back and look at all these characters and how they originally made this ILM and how they just put all this shit together, it to me is fucking fantastic. It's amazing how they did it out of nothing. like scraps and bullshit.
Oh yeah. The other part within Legends is that it's actually Dengar with another bounty hunter who are on Tatooine and find and somewhat rescue Boba Fett after he blows himself using explosives out of the Sarlacc.
Oh shit.
So in the
No.
Legends, there is a level of friendship that's kind of between the two of them after he gets rescued.
See, see shit like that. Like, bring
But
back
that's
this
all.
character.
Well, now that we have the Book of Boba, that is all, again, it's Legends. It's that story never took place according to the
They could
canon.
definitely they could have had him in Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it would have made it very interesting and again given us more for a side character.
Yeah, agreed.
I always liked Bosk. And again, I know we did get a lot of him in the Clone Wars.
Yes.
Now, again, he was more of a background character in the gang with a young Boba Fett. And when they kind of go to the prison and he kind of works as a bodyguard.
Boba Fett's mentor. This is Boba
Yes.
Fett's mentor, actually. Yeah.
So in the Legends, there's some cool stuff because they talk about the Trandoshans in that they are just natural born hunters. Like that is their whole culture, their religion. That is everything about them is that they're hunters. The legend story is that when Bosk was born, because he's reptilian, that he's in a clutch, that he actually killed and ate all of his siblings, which made his father super proud that he was that cutthroat and ruthless to kill all of them. In Legends, his father is actually a head of the bounty hunter guild, and Bosk eventually ends up killing his own father in kind of this whole territorial. The guild gets split in half. There's a lot of various pieces, but I mean, they are.
Was his father proud then too?
Yeah, well, we see him working in the Clone Wars portion with other bounty hunters like Aura Singh, which was kind of nice to see her kind of brought out of kind of obscurity. And then the big thing in the Clone Wars aspect was him working with Boba to go and try and kill Mace Windu.
Yes. Real quick facts. In Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, the Bosk costume was actually recycled costume from Doctor Who. So
interesting.
Yeah. And the Empire apparently wiped his criminal record clean during the Empire Strikes Back.
Now, in the live action, Bosk gets a shout out in Solo. I don't know if anybody caught that little quick at one point when they're around the campfire, and it's
Woody Harrelson's character.
Well, it's the woman that's part of their gang. That she's kind of pointing towards Han, like, really, you're bringing him along? You could have got somebody with some good background and a real hunter like Bosk. So it was kind of nice that he's in that realm. And then in the Bounty Hunter Wars, again, everybody's after Fett. He makes the attempt too, and Fett ends up blowing him up to where he loses several limbs, but because of his reptilian species, he ends up growing his limbs back. But he blows his legs off.
Nice.
Yes.
That's cool.
And then finally is IG-88, which, as I mentioned, is the perfect example of how we may get them again in the future. Because he looks cool, but I know as a kid, I always looked at him like, okay, we saw Boba Fett. I can look at like Dengar and Bosk, but how would this droid be a bounty hunter and an assassin? Well, based on what we see in The Mandalorian, they are badass.
Right.
With regards to the IGs, they have kind of a history to where we see the Lance ones, which would have been the precursor in the Gendy series. And then before this version is made, you have the Lance ones that were working with General Grievous. But the story is that these droids are created, and I think there's only 5 or 6. They're labeled A, B, C, D, and I think it's just through D. Well, A is the primary one. And again, they reach, because of Imperial involvement, a level of sentience, like they have true conscious. And these droids are super smart. And they kind of determine that the droids should run the galaxy. So the B version actually goes off to be a bounty hunter almost as a distraction. Meanwhile, in the legend story is that the IGA actually infiltrates the Imperial network, finds the location of the Death Star 2 at the forest moon of Endor, and is about to upload its consciousness to take control of the Death Star, but it's just a few minutes too late because Lando beat him to it and blows it up.
That's cool.
So,
if you don't know, in the original Star Wars Cantina scene, you see IG-88 heads around. There you go. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So those are
repurposed.
Repurposed from the original. The pieces come from a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, jet engine.
Jet engine, yeah. So it's cool.
So, and he even makes kind of a cameo appearance in when Chewbacca goes to rescue C-3PO from the Ugnaughts on Cloud City.
Yeah,
there's a defunct IG unit droid laying up against in the junk pile.
Oh, cool.
So
I've always wanted one of those heads, like just I mean, they're expensive now, like very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
If you could get your hands on one of those. I don't know where the fuck they got all these Rolls Royce heads from, but clearly they were just throwing them away back then. So.
Well, I mean, it's just a big jet engine in it. I think there are 4 of those inside the engine itself. You figure back in the day when they were making this, I mean, as we saw throughout Star Wars, they're taking, I mean, Darth Vader's lightsaber is the metal post from an old school camera with the flashbulb attachment. So they just found the most obscure things and retrofitted it and gave us these fantastic items in Star Wars.
Yep. I tell you, what they did with that stuff, man. Oh, if I had a 3D printer, Pat, I had a 3D printer. But there's some people that actually make them though, like they cast them out of metal. So I would always look for one, but I can't never find one. I'm gonna find one at some point though. I'm gonna go to the farmer's market.
You'll out of the back of somebody's car. You're like, oh,
and they won't know what it is. And they'll be like, yeah, I think it's a coffee maker.
Jet engine in the back of his truck.
No, thanks, man.
$5.
Yep, I'll take it. So
yeah, a lot of good stories that are part of the legend for those bounty hunters. I would love to see them come back in some form, like IG-11.
Yes, I think they deserve more of a story to close out.
Why can't we get a cool bounty hunter Star Wars video game where you create your own bounty hunter and then you go on missions with these guys? You team up, or like maybe you have to go against them. Something like that.
That sounds so awesome.
Yes.
Like, how are they not coming up with this shit?
Because it's an idea, it's a concept, but then you actually have to write the dialogue and stories and all that other shit. That's tricky.
And we did see that last Star Wars game flop. So, and that was based off of bounty hunters and shit like that. So, if that didn't go well, clearly a game like that wouldn't go well either.
You actually have some cool missions to get sent on. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we need you to take down this. There's a Jedi hiding amongst the mountains of this one planet. We need you to bring them in.
Yeah, Pat. I think I'm gonna reach out to Joel. I think Joel might be able to make one for me. So we'll see. But
I think especially BOSK. I would like to see BOSK in live action.
Yeah, we already seen IG.
He's so clumsy looking. Like it doesn't.
That's why I want to see it.
Run very fast or like do stuff. Good.
He does pretty well in the Clone Wars, so it's not like there's a couple
animation. I'm sure he moves great. But
yeah, you just make him CG. I'm sure he's a lizard man.
Yeah, of course they can make him CG easily. That's not hard anymore. It used to be. It's not hard anymore. You can pull that off very well. So that's really it, man. We're at our mark. Shit, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's been a long show.
Not too bad. Yeah, man. Just listen. Drop a like, comment, let us know how we're doing. Make sure you follow the STARGEEKZ fleet page. It is always up. Share your collections, please, because I want to start going through a lot of collections at some point. DM me if you want to do that. Also, yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Sean loves it when you slide into his DMs.
Yeah, I love it when you slide into my DMs and post collection pictures.
Sounds so dirty.
Yeah, and then make sure we're here every week, man. We're gonna probably do. Ed does a great job with these character profile things. He has a bunch of info, which is cool.
If anybody's got suggestions on characters they want us to talk about, let me know.
We need to get into some characters that we're never gonna see in live action, like some of those extended universe characters like Mara Jade and shit like that we're never gonna see. Like, it'd be cool to get a deep dive.
I think you're right, because a lot of people don't know the backstories on those characters.
Or the Solo twins. Remember them from the books?
I've got the encyclopedia, so
yeah, 50 of those books.
How about some real Luke Skywalker stories from the extended universe where he did some cool shit, not just turn into a hermit and drink.
Well, there's also one where he turns to the dark side.
That'd be fucking sweet to talk about that one too.
Yeah, we might have to Steve, thank you. See, this is, even though you came in 5 minutes, you still brought a little bit of something. Boom.
That's why you don't fire me.
Dropping bombs. Alil's over here on the side.
We're gonna talk when we're done recording about my tardiness. I know. But
Alil's on the side just enjoying the content, taking it all in. Like, I didn't even know any of this stuff, but I love it.
I'm like, hey, cool.
Now you know. But see, you know what's crazy? Now you know, though, and you know just a little bit more. You're like, damn, like I know a little bit more information about certain Star Wars characters that I knew nothing about.
And like, half the battle.
Yeah. Damn. Well, I don't have the more you know.
Well, I was gonna say. So now, do we need the more you know STARGEEKZ version?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. Get on that. Let's get going.
Do your job, Steve. Get on
Back
it.
to work.
If you're gonna be late 5 minutes to a show, do your job.
Oh man, we appreciate you, man. This is Sean.
This is Alil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
And may the force be with you.
Always.
Martini!